into my garden. It's noisy out there with the traffic suddenly. Right, here we are, walking past the greenhouse. Fairly empty now. Oh, can you see those shells? They show up really well, don't they, in the dusk? It's quite dark going across the flower beds and the grass. I can see quite well. Oh, there's the washing line. There's the watering can. Up the steps onto the patio. Oh, and that plant pot's standing out really well because it's white. There's the grey one. Not so clear. But ooh, wow. Look at that bench. That's really bright, isn't it? And oh, can you see the white bark on that birch? That shows up well, doesn't it? Even though it's getting dark. And a little bit further on, another white plant pot. And a big pot showing it really well. And there, the steps. You can see the sky reflected in the summer house, can't you? But we're going to come out again about, what is it now, half an hour's time, and see what we can see then when it's even darker. See you later. Right, we're back outside again in my garden. It's exactly the same position. Look, there's sky over the rooftops. My shells are down here. Can't see them at all. Can't see the pathway. I look up. Ooh, I can see some lights off the road, and ooh, what's this here? Here's some solar lights I've got strung up in the garden, but I can't see anything. Just lights in people's windows. Should be able to see the steps. It's got really dark, isn't it? Right, I'm going to go back indoors again, because otherwise I think I might fall over. See you in a minute. Well, that's good to be back indoors again. It got really dark outside, didn't it? I wasn't doing too well in finding my way around. But I've set up a little puzzle for you. Not completely in the dark. There is a little bit of light, but see how you get on with recognising what these things are. Well, I wonder how you got on with guessing what all those objects were. It wasn't very easy, was it? But you did have a little bit of light because I was shining the torch behind the objects and you could see their silhouette, their shape, couldn't you? They're all behind me there. But there was one that I forgot to show you at the end. I didn't bring it in front, did I? And it was the police helicopter. I think that was one of the easier shapes to guess, wasn't it? There was a bit of a tricky one right at the end when I tried to tell almost a little story because this is what I had. Did you see the person fast asleep in bed? And in the room next to them was a table with a very expensive teapot on it. And then this little chap came along. Did you guess what he was? Because that teapot disappeared, didn't it? He was a thief in the night, and there's his bag of swag where he's been stealing from other people's houses. The girl didn't wake up. He came so quietly that nobody heard him, and then he was gone. Now, I put him in the story because actually he is in our Bible focus today. Because today we're going to have a look at, you guess, it's another letter from Paul. Now, you must be getting quite expert in Paul because we've had several weeks looking at things that he's written or done. And this letter is a scroll. And this letter today was written to the Thessalonians. They lived in Thessalonica, which is in Greece. Now, see if you can spot which one of those is in the letter today. For you yourselves know very well that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. But you, beloved, are not in darkness, for that day to surprise you like a thief. For you are all children of the light and children of the day. We are not of the night or of the darkness. It wasn't the helicopter or the giraffe, was it? It was the thief in the night. Now, at the beginning, for you yourselves know very well that the day of the Lord will come. So what Paul's writing about here is a really exciting prospect of Jesus coming again, because Jesus told us that he was going to come again. So that's why he was trying to explain to them that when Jesus came, nobody would know when it was going to happen. A thief doesn't tell you beforehand, does he, that he's going to creep through your house in the night, because he doesn't want you to know. So Paul was trying to say that nobody will tell us when Jesus is going to come again, and they should be ready and alert. They shouldn't be fast asleep in bed. No, he didn't really mean being fast asleep in bed, but what he was saying was that they should be alert and ready, and they should be following the Christian faith so they'd be ready when Jesus came again. Now, I think he really wanted them not to worry about living in darkness, because living in the dark can be quite strange, can't it? It can make you a little bit fearful, it can make you a little bit confused, and you just don't know where you're going. I was a bit like that in my garden, and I knew what was in my garden, so I had a little bit of an idea which way I should walk. But when you're in the light, everything is so much clearer, isn't it? So this is what Paul was trying to say to them. He was reminding them that actually they were children of the light and children of the day, and they always had been, and they must continue to be that. because the light was the light of Jesus that lives inside everybody. What he wanted them to do was to make sure that they kept shining their light by being caring and loving to each other, and that they must look forward to when Jesus came again, because that day would be a huge celebration. So this letter was a letter of encouragement. He was telling Jesus' followers to be happy, because we know that Jesus will come again one day, and we mustn't forget that. We've got to be ready for it. Now, I know that you get very excited, don't you, when you get towards a certain point in the year. And that's coming up quite soon, isn't it? When you're getting ready to welcome Jesus into the world for the first time, when he was born at Christmas. And that's a light coming into the world, isn't it? And so can you imagine how exciting it would be when Jesus comes again? It will be just like Christmas coming again, won't it? We won't know when it's going to happen. So that's a really happy letter today, isn't it? And I expect they were all pleased to open that and read it. So perhaps you'd like to make one of my boxes and you could play trying to guess objects, couldn't you? Or even telling a little story behind it, perhaps with some of your Lego figures or something. And what I used when I told my story was this cardboard box. Now, we've been using it for puppet shows. I changed it into sort of a shadow puppet theatre, I suppose, really, just by sticking a piece of white paper inside. Then I took my torch and I had it behind. I put my shapes behind here on the white paper, so they were between the torch and the box. So it's a really easy thing to make. You don't need a great big one like that. I found this one in the garage, just an ordinary box, and I took off the flappy bits, and then I cut a hole in the middle. Then you just need a piece of white paper. Push it inside. It'd be better if you stick it down. There you go. You just need a torch to shine behind here. And then you can start to put some things in the box. See if you can guess what the shape is. It works really well if they're right up close next to the paper. So you could have a bit of fun with that. You could even decorate your box, couldn't you? But to finish today, I thought we might like to say a little prayer together. It's a really simple one. I've got to read it to you first, and then I'll just hold it up for a little while by the screen, and perhaps you'd like to read it again, or even pause it at the end, and you can say it. And this is what the prayer says. Lord, help us to see the light, be the light, and share the light. Have fun, be happy, make sure you're ready when Jesus comes again.